Hey folks, we're going to spend just 1 minute looking at each one of these alleged 10 videos of the paranormal, and we're starting right now. Video number 10 on our list comes from southeast England at Hurst Castle in Hampshire County. Hurst Castle dates back to the 1500s and was used both as a defense post and eventually a prison. It still attracts many visitors today, many of which have reported seeing shadows and paranormal activity. In this video, Tony and Paul from the Facebook page PT Paranormal investigated the castle with cameras and found more than they bargained for. In a room with a former window which had long been filled in with brick and cement, Tony appeared to capture a silhouette of a human figure with at least one glowing eye. But after appearing on camera for only a couple of moments, the figure then appears to back up and out of view. Whether it's legitimate or a hoax, this video is spooky to say the least. Video number 9 in our top 10 list comes from the state of Georgia in the United States, as two men named Robert and Dan from the history-based YouTube channel called Sidestep Adventures into History were exploring an old home in the woods built over 100 years ago. Abandoned since the 1960s, the house has left many interesting artifacts for history buffs like Robert and Dan. But while searching below the house for more artifacts, Robert and Dan experienced something absolutely bone-chilling.
So that's a 1958 Coke bottle, right? What is that?
After hearing footsteps, Robert and Dan immediately examined the house to figure out what was there, but found no one in any of the rooms.
Oh, that's weird. Here.
After deciding to leave the property, though, the duo were in for one last surprise.
Well, we're gonna go ahead and get out of here. So I hope you guys have...
Video number 8 in our top 10 list comes from Japanese YouTuber Kashiro. After hearing about an allegedly haunted room within a hotel where a man recently died in a brutal way, Kashiro decided to investigate the site himself. Kashiro set up several static cameras and walked around the hotel room suite with his handheld camera as well. While investigating a door he thought might have moved since he last saw it, he thought he heard a noise and turned around to inspect the bathroom when he saw something that would send chills up his spine. In front of the door, there appeared to be a tall black shadow figure with a human form. Immediately after tripping and falling to the floor, though, the shadow figure was gone. When he got up to inspect the bathroom area, nobody or nothing was found. Video number 7 in our top 10 list comes from a Texas woman filming her beloved dogs while relaxing before bed, unaware that she was about to capture absolutely bone-chilling footage of a shadow figure in her own home. In the video, one of her 3 dogs first seems to abruptly notice something in the hallway while she pets the dog with her foot. As she lifts her gaze to see what her dog is looking at, she seems to be questioning what her eyes are seeing as she notices a black human-shaped shadow in the doorway seemingly peeking out to watch her and her dogs. Then, upon seeing the shadow figure pull back into the doorway once it's spotted, she panics as she realizes it wasn't merely a shadow she was seeing.
What? Oh, God!
Video number 6 in our top 10 list comes from a Reddit user who uploaded her ring footage after thinking she caught a disembodied voice on camera. In the video, a woman came downstairs late in the night while her husband was asleep to get herself a glass of milk. While alone in the downstairs area and after pouring her glass, she clearly hears what sounds like a disembodied voice. After looking in the direction of where the voice presumably came from, she appears to shrug it off, thinking maybe she was still groggy and simply hearing things. But she couldn't help but ask her online users what the noise was after reviewing the footage the next day and realizing the voice was not just in her imagination. Video number 5 in our top 10 list comes from Pontefract, England, a small town in central England, and documents a woman investigating an allegedly haunted house via TikTok livestream. The woman recorded this to prove to her friends that she had experienced paranormal activity within the house. During the live stream, the woman appeared to capture footage of strange happenings, including doors opening on their own and faint voices.
Want a landing. Oh.
But this was nothing compared to the footage she would capture before fleeing the house. When the woman calls out for the spirit to open the bathroom door for her, she hears a noise and turns her camera to capture some of the spookiest footage on the web.
Will you open the door for me, please? I have just seen something.
You'll notice as the woman turned the camera, she not only appeared to capture footage of another door opening, but apparently video footage of a being peeking out from behind the door, as well as what appears to be a hand or appendage that was used to pull the door open. Video number 4 on our top 10 list comes from an antique shop in Charlottesville, North Carolina, where a store owner noticed several times a week that a 1940s ventriloquist dummy named Mr. Fritz appeared to be tampered with overnight. Changes observed included the dummy's facial expressions as well as the door to the case being found open. Determined to find who might have been tampering with the dummy, the store owner began recording it overnight, only to capture bone-chilling paranormal footage on tape. In the footage, you'll notice facial expressions change on the dummy and the door swings open on its own. But even more spooky is that when the video is put in slow motion, the face of the doll actually changes before the door is opened, making it even more challenging for a hoaxer to pull this off. Video number 3 in our top 10 list comes from Tokyo, Japan, as a couple reported experiencing paranormal activity in their apartment, as well as capturing footage of strange occurrences such as the water turning on its own, as well as dishes moving randomly in the kitchen. However, one day the couple caught far more on camera than they ever expected. One of them was cleaning up the dishes and the other was recording in case anything else occurred. There were no follow-up posts from the couple, leaving this story a mystery. Video number 2 on our top 10 list comes from a man named Jordan who was staying at an Airbnb in Alaska with his 2 children while on vacation. While holding his children and documenting precious memories with family before drifting off to sleep late in the night, Jordan's heart nearly leaps out of his chest as he first seems to hear a subtle growl and then recognizes something behind them. After seeing the shadow figure behind them, Jordan gets up and searches the room but finds nothing. Video number 1 in our list comes from Japan, as a mother and her child were in the kitchen late in the evening on a cool October night. While the mother was preparing food, she suddenly noticed what appeared to be a human figure standing outside the window. Unsure whether it was a peeping Tom or curious Kathy, she moved quick to open the window to discourage any perverts. But immediately upon opening it, the specter had completely vanished. Some have said the human figure was just an optical illusion caused by a reflection, but this seems unlikely given that the human figure was no longer seen in the window after the woman closed it back up.